Morning, guys. Thanks for joining me again. So just a little bit of admin. People have been asking if we're going to do this regularly, so I am trying to do a regular class every morning, 7 to 8 on weekdays. Saturday morning we'll be a little bit later at 8:30 for Stretchy Saturday, and Sunday we might take a break. I'll see how we go with that. But, yeah, it's live 7 to 8, but you're free to watch any time later in the day, so please feel free to pass it on to anybody who you think might need it, wherever they might be. Okay, today's breathing practice is going to be the 3-step inhale with a controlled long exhale. The instruction will be to inhale to your sternum, hold the breath there, inhale again up to your heart, hold the breath there, inhale all the way up to the top, and hold the breath again, and then a long, slow exhale all the way down to the bottom again. Okay, remember, within the practice, whatever you're doing is right for you. As long as you're feeling the stretch, that's great. Anything that does feel like pain, pull back from that. Rather, discomfort, though, is allowable. Okay, great. Closing eyes, bringing awareness within. Take your hands into your lap. Breathe tall to the crown of the head, and on the exhale, let the chin soften to the chest. Completely relax into the shoulders. Feel the weight of your arms. And then bringing body, mind, and soul to practice. Let's connect with all three. Come to listening. Listen intently. Hear all sounds around you. Judging none, simply hearing them as vibrations that are coming into your ears. Bring that listening back to the body. Hear the sound of your breath. Feel the movement in the body that is connected to that breathing. Feel that regular rise and fall in the chest. And notice the expansion, not only forwards and behind, but to the sides as well. Then take your attention down underneath you, feeling your connection to the earth, feeling the support that the earth gives back to you, and knowing that as much as you are connected to the earth, so too is the earth connected to you. Bring the awareness up through the front of the body now. Feeling the freshness of the morning air against your skin. Letting that awareness lift through the body, up to the nostrils. Feeling the movement of the air through your nose as you breathe. And then focusing very closely on that breath. See if you can find a temperature difference between the inhale and the exhale. Follow your next in-breath again. Lift yourself tall. 3 arms. Exhale. Easy inhale. Easy breathing. Keeping the chest open, keeping the crown of the head high. Exhale completely. Inhale to your sternum. Hold. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to your heart. Hold. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to the top. Hold. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to your sternum. Hold. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to your heart. Hold. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to the top. Hold. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to the sternum. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to your heart. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to the top. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to the sternum. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to your heart. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to the top. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a breath. Breathe normally. Hear the sound of the breath. Feel the movement of the breath in the body. Today we're going to do our holding of the breath on an empty set of lungs. Not the easiest thing to do, so do take a breath when you need it. We will aim to hold to my count of 20. Take an easy inhale and exhale completely. Drawing the belly button in at the end of that movement and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 20. Take a breath. Breathe normally. Breathe tall to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, let the chin drop into your chest. Open your eyes, take your hands to the top of the knees. Allow all the weight of the head to drop forward. Roll the shoulders back and push the crown of the head forward, finding the length on the back of your neck. With an exhale, give some more weight to your head and feel that stretch deepen. And then moving with an inhale, slowly lift the head, lift the gaze, look up to the roof, pull your bottom lip against the top lip and push the chin high. And then gently move your chin from side to side and just notice the change of stretch on the skin of your throat. Good. Bring the head down to neutral, looking straight forward. Drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Then lifting the right hand, gently rest the weight of your hand above your ear. And just draw that stretch a little deeper into the side of the neck. You're releasing your hand back to your knee, up through center, left ear to left shoulder. Give all the way to the head, to the shoulder if you can. Feel that stretch. Deepen, rest the weight of your left hand above your ear, gently drawing the ear closer to the shoulder and feeling that stretch and release, deepen. Releasing, lifting, coming up to center. Okay, checking in with the shoulders, lifting both shoulders up to the ears. Roll the shoulders back, feel that squeeze between the shoulder blades as you take the shoulders down and then through to the front, squeezing across the collarbones as you lift in the front, up to the ears and around. Look for as much movement as you can get. Feel that squeeze in the back, feel the squeeze across the collarbones. Next time you're up at your ears, pause there for a moment and then change the direction, rolling forward and down and up through the back. Trying to scrape the shoulders past the ears as they lift over the top. And the next time you're up at the top, pause there, take an in-breath and allow the relaxation. Okay, pull the left shoulder forward, the right shoulder back, and then look to rotate in the forward direction, but out of sync now. So there's a slight twist coming into the upper spine. And the next time the right shoulder is at the right ear, pause there and change direction, rolling backward now. Okay, come to stop again, lift both ears up to the shoulders, take an in-breath, and as you release, drop the shoulders, give full weight to the shoulders. Yeah, a little bit of a brain teaser. We're going to take the left shoulder forward, the right shoulder back. We're going to lift both and then rotate in the opposite directions. So one is going forward, one is going back. And the next time they're up at your ears, pause, change direction. Get one more round. Breathe both up to the ears. Deep in breath. Exhale. Let it go. Okay, just shake out into the shoulders. Okay, nice work. Bringing hands on top of each other, working with breath and rotating into the spine. Take an inhale. As we exhale, turn to the right. As we inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more round. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale again to the right. Hold it there. Push that left elbow forward and draw the right elbow back. Try and adjust that twist a little deeper so that your forearms line up with the side of your mat. Keep working into it. Notice the movement of the body as you breathe. The inhale is going to unwind you. The exhale is going to give you space. Good. Follow your next in-breath back to center. Exhale to the other side. This time, right elbow pushing forward, left elbow going behind you. Working deep into the twist. Trying to get the forearms lined up with the long side of your mat. Again, work with the breath on the exhale. Look for a little more movement. Good. And release. Inhale back to center. Drop the arms. Okay, looking to move through the center of the spine now. So we're wanting to swing the ribs on the shoulders. Okay, so your chin is staying still, your belly button is staying still, but in between is moving from side to side. Good. Come back to center. Let's take that movement lower down into the back by leaning over to the right on an exhale, inhaling up through center, exhaling down. Looking for full movement to the side in the lower back. Trying to touch your elbow to the floor, but just working to where your body will allow today. Good. One more round. And inhale your way back up to center. Okay, working forward and backwards, pushing the belly button back, pushing the heart back around and to the back as much as you can. Use the lift of the hands on the knees to draw the shoulders closer to the hips. As you inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest, arch into the back, look up to the sky. Exhale and round. Inhale and lift. Exhale and round. Inhale and lift. One more. Exhale down. Inhale up and hold. Lift the heart, lift the chest, open the throat. Good. Exhale down. Okay, coming down onto your back. Bringing your knees up to the chest, taking an easy bind around the top of the knees. And then just checking in with the ankles and the feet, rotating the feet in any direction, in all directions. They can work together or they can work independently. Okay, just feel that release into the ankles. Okay, you come to stop with the toes drawn towards you. Hug the thighs against the body and activate strongly into your foot. You're looking for a stretch in the sole of the foot, pulling the toes towards the knees. And then pointing the toes, looking for the length on the top of the shin, the top of the foot. Okay, nice work. Take your bind over to your right knee and extend the left leg out to stretch. Hug that knee into your chest. Activate both feet, drawing the toes back towards you. Keep the activation in the left leg strong and push through the heel to give that length to the back of the leg. Good. On the right knee, soften the bind a little. Draw that knee across the body as if you're drawing it back towards your left shoulder and then hug into it again. Soften from the bind. Bring the knee back to the chest. Lift your foot so the sole of the foot is pointing to the roof and then look to reach up and bind to that foot. Gently draw down on your foot, pulling your knee towards your shoulder. Sole of the foot is facing up to the sky. The left foot is still active, toes are still drawn towards you. Good. Soften a little into that bind, let your knee open to the side, and then look to draw the foot down again, taking your knee into your armpit. Maybe your knee touches the floor next to the body. Maybe it's just tucked to the side of the chest. Nice work. Let your knee open out to the side. Turn the inside of your foot to face your sternum and take a bind around your little toe and gently draw that foot down towards the chest. And going a little deeper if you wish. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, and try and bring your toe to your third eye. Check in with the left leg, try and take it back to the mat if you can. Good. Softening head and shoulders back to the mat. Release that foot onto the top of the left thigh. Take your left hand to the outside of your knee. Draw your knee across the body. Allow the hips to roll on the mat, taking your knee down towards the floor. Reach the right arm to the sky and then open it at shoulder height out to the mat. Turn your head to look to your right hand and then come to follow the breath. And with each exhale, try and draw that knee a little closer to the mat. Taking a little bit of time for the body to release and to let go. Try and relax into the hip. Taking the pose a little deeper, your left leg, that's your straight leg, bend that behind you and reach down with your right hand to find to that left foot. Draw your heel in towards the buttock. And then again, turn the head out to the right hand side, drop the right shoulder to the floor, and gently assist that left knee to the mat. Okay, release from your bind, straighten your leg, roll back onto your back, hug that right knee into the chest, flex the foot, flex both feet, and then release, change over to the other side, drawing the left leg up, taking a bind to the knee and drawing your knee straight back towards the chest. Both feet are active, pushing through the left heel, pulling the left toes towards you. Arms are drawing strongly down on the knee. You want to try and close the thigh fully against the body. Soften, take a little lift into your knee, then draw the knee across towards the right shoulder. And soften on the bind again, bring the knee straight back against your chest. Lift your foot, sole of the foot pointing up to the sky. Look to reach up and bind to your foot. If you can, if you can't get there, then by all means hold on to the ankle and just draw down, drawing the knee towards the chest. Check in with that right foot. Is it still active? Get soften a little, then take your knee to the side of the body, bringing the kneecap into the armpit and drawing the foot down. You're trying to touch your knee to the floor underneath the armpit. Nice, big. Soften on that bind. Turn the inside of the foot to face your heart. Take your hands around the little toe and gently draw the foot down towards the chest. Knee is open to the side, pushing away from your ear. Right leg still active. Hold it there, or if you want to go deeper, lift the head, lift the shoulders, look to bring the toe to your third eye if you can. Good. Soften head and shoulders back to the mat. Release your foot onto the top of the right thigh. Take the right hand to the outside of that left knee. Open up the left arm at shoulder height. And then draw the knee across the body, rolling the hips on the mat and working your knee down towards the floor. Turn your head so you're looking out to that left hand. Just connect with the breath. Each exhale will give you a little bit of room to work with. Encourage that knee towards the floor. Try and give weight to your shoulder and your arm to keep them on the ground. Okay, staying there or going a little deeper if you want. Your right leg, the straight leg on the bottom, bend that, bring the heel up towards your bum. Reach down with your left hand, find the bind. Draw the heel into the buttock. Use the right hand to draw your knee to the mat. Turn the head to the left again and try and take the left shoulder back to the floor. Okay, release slowly, straighten the bottom leg. Come back on up to the top. Hug that left knee into your chest, straighten out into the right leg. Soften on your bind. Bring the right knee up, hugging both knees into the chest. Reach up high, try and take the elbows around the knees, lift to bind, a hand to each elbow. Lift the head from the floor, lift the shoulders from the floor, and bring your cheeks to your knees. Secure that bind and let the head and shoulders drop back to the mat. Then check in with the belly button and draw your hips back down to the floor, holding the bind onto the legs. You release the bind, keep the knees to your chest, lift your feet so the soles of the feet are pointing up to the roof. Reach up with the hands, bring the toes into the creases of the wrist and take the hands around the ball of your foot. And then draw down on the legs, pulling the knees against the shoulders. Activate the lower back again and take the hips back to the mat. If you've got room and you want to open the knees to the side, then draw down again, drawing the knees next to the body towards the floor. Good. Slowly push the feet up towards the sky. You can let your fingers slip to the toes, straightening into the legs as best you can. If the legs aren't straight, it doesn't matter, as long as you're working towards that. Yeah, then release the bind behind the calf muscles and look for a little more straightening. Active in the feet, toes drawing down towards you, little toe drawing towards you. Push that length into the back of the legs. Good. Let the knees open out to the side, roll the soles of the feet together. Take a bind around the little toes again. Open up the elbows above the shins and draw the feet down towards the heart. And then again, if you want to work deeper, lift head and shoulders. Look to take your toes to your forehead. Good. Slowly release. Hug the knees into the chest. And then place your left foot down on the floor. Take your right foot over the top and cross the thighs as deeply as you can. And then reach down to bind to your big toe. So your left hand will be binding to your right toe. Your right hand will be binding to your left toe. And you've got a deep cross in your legs. Pull the toes apart so you're putting that cross deeper into the thighs. Lift the head and shoulders. Look for a little momentum and rock yourself up into a balanced position. Okay, we're binding onto the toes, drawing the feet away from each other. This is the Harley-Davidson Asana. Okay, look for the balance there. Then take hold of the feet, draw the feet back towards the body and come to sit in a deep cross-legged position. Ideally, we're looking to get the kneecaps above each other, but if you're just in a cross-legged position, that's quite okay. Try and adjust your bottom foot out towards the side, so we're sitting square again, spine is vertical. Bringing your right arm. I may have lost you in that move, whether we're in mirror or not, but anyway, your right arm coming up, feed the left arm through and bring the fingers back onto the palm, turn your thumbs to face you and gently push those fingers skyward. And exaggerate the reach of the elbows forward, so you're rounding into the back again. And let the elbows drop to your chest, let the hands drop forward, and let your chin drop into your chest. You can gently turn your head from side to side. You'll feel there'll be a spot where the stretch is a little deeper, a nice juicy spot for you to hang into and look for the release. And lifting slowly, bring the head out to upright. If your body will allow, you can reach forward and take the elbows past the knee. If it's too much, by all means, uncross your arms and just take the hands forward. If you can, though, look to reach past. If you can, take your elbows down towards the mat and drop the hands towards the floor. The bottom of that movement, let the chin drop in past the knee again and just hang into that forward fold. Excellent. Uncrossing the arms, hands onto the mat. Slowly walk your way up and come back up to the top. Take that bind onto the toes again. And then lean back, lift the feet away from the floor, find the balance. What we want to try and do now is change the cross in the leg. So you want the top leg to go underneath. The easiest way to do that is to move your feet together, release one side only, and take that foot underneath and then rebind. And then draw the legs apart again, get the knees above each other, the thighs into a deep cross. Draw those toes apart again to help in that crossing of the legs. Hold the balance. Lift the heart high. Good work. Okay, take the bind around the little toes. Draw the feet back next to you. Or come into your cross-legged position. Sit up tall. The bottom leg, try and move that away so that you can come back to sit square onto the mat. You're then lifting the left arm. Reaching the right arm through underneath, elbows past each other, bring your fingers back to your palm. Turn the thumbs to face you and gently lift those fingers skyward. Exaggerate that push of the elbows forward. Feel the rounding and the release in the shoulders. And then let the elbows drop to the chest. Your hands drop forward. Chin can drop into the chest, just hanging to that position. And slowly turn the head from side to side, finding where that juicy spot is. Come to stop on it and let the weight of the head draw you deeper into the stretch. Good. Lifting on the head. If your body will allow, come forward. Take the elbows past the knees, slowly releasing them towards the floor. Letting the hands drop towards the mat. And at the bottom of the pose, closing the chin into the knee. Take a moment in the pose, just breathe into the stretch. I haven't forgotten you there, don't worry. Release the arms and slowly walk your way back up to the top again. You take that bind to the toes, lean back, find your balance, pull the toes out to the side again, get that cross nice and deep. Okay, slowly releasing from the pose, bring the feet together, release the hands, uncross the legs, adjust so that your elbows are lined up with your knees, your ankles are lined up with your hands. So we have nice straight lines, trying to work to right angles as best we can. And then slowly push your knees away from the body till the knees line up with the hands. Hold it there, work on lifting into the chest. You want your back as flat as possible. Look to straighten into the legs. Lift the hands to the ankles. Hold it. Good work. Bring your hands back to the knees. Bend the knees. Squeeze the knees back to the elbows. And then final effort, try and bring the knees to touch the shoulders, bind around your feet, and draw the knees closer to the body. Okay, bring the feet down onto the floor, right close to you. Work the elbows to the front of the knees, bring the body through between the thighs. Take a bind down onto your ankle. A nice high chest, high front of the body. Pull back on the elbows and draw your body through between your legs. And if anybody wants to try for a bind here, you can release your hands around your back. Try and get the fingertips to touch if you can. You close the chin into the chest and try and drop your forehead onto your big toes. Nice work. Release slowly. Come on up. Take that left foot forward. Take the right heel in close to the body. Drop your right knee to the mat. And then bring your left heel to the front of the right ankle. Bring your body inside of that leg and lean forward, taking the elbow around to the outside, drawing your way forward. We're going to work towards a bind here. If you take your left hand down to the floor, draw a circle on the mat, and then take your thumb pointing up to the sky. Lift that hand up to the thigh as high as you can. And then reach back with the right arm to see if you can find a bind. The higher the hand is on the leg, the easier the bind. Okay, find your bind. Lift to the front of the body. And as you exhale, drop that toe down, drop your forehead down onto your toe. Secure your bind, lift the body, lift your foot, come up onto your toes, and then look to lift your foot away from the floor and gently twist to the left, trying to take that knee behind you. Remember, you're working with your body today, so wherever you are towards this pose, that's quite all right. Good work. Soften back to the front, release your foot down to the mat, release from the bind. Working over to the other side, bring the left foot into the body, your right heel to the front of the left ankle, come inside of that leg, lean forward. You want to get as far past your knee, past your shin as you can. Take your elbow to the outside. Again, draw that circle on the floor so that your thumb is pointing up, your palm is away from the body. Lift that hand up as high as you can, and then look to reach back with the other arm. If you are close to the bind, then ideally you want to bind onto your wrist, both palms facing away from you. Secure your bind and exhale, dropping into the pose, forehead reaching towards your big toe. You hold on to the bind, lift the body, lift that front foot, and then gently twist to the right, trying to take your knee behind you. Good. Soften forward, release to the mat, release the bind. Yeah, bring both knees up to your chest again, and bind into the legs. Okay, we want to come over onto our toes, so if you can, reach through between your legs, push your weight forward and come up onto your toes. Otherwise, just take the hands behind and assist yourself up onto your feet. Then taking the hands forward, step the right leg back, step the left leg back, holding plank position. Look for that little activation in the belly, take the bum a little higher. Push your weight back to your feet. Feel that stretch in the lower calves. Then ride your weight all the way forward, come up onto the toe tips, feel the weight coming into your wrists. Hold it there. Squeeze the elbows into the side of the body and slowly soften your way to Chaturanga. Pause for a moment. Are we going to go up or are we going to go down? Okay, let's go down. Point the toes. Take an easy inhale to a baby cobra. Good, exhale back down. Keep the toenails on the floor. Push up to plank again on your toenails. Then roll over the toes and walk your way into a downward facing dog. Good. Push that floor away. Push the hips up high. Let the chin hang low. Good. Lift the left leg to the sky. And then as you drop it, draw the knee through to the front. Place your foot down between your hands. Lifting slowly, bring your hands to your knee. Push your way up to the top. Let the back heel turn down to the mat. Okay, straighten up into that front leg. Take your hands to your hips, turn the hips to the right hand side so the hips are lined up with the center line of your mat. Then look to drop the front hip and lift the back hip. Reach the hands up at shoulder height. Reach forward to that left hand and then fold, bringing your hand to the inside of your foot and taking the right hand up to the sky. So we're coming into triangle pose. Tucking the chin into the chest and looking up to your top hand. Awareness of drawing the hips forward and the shoulders back. Good. Nice work. Reach up to the top hand and use that reach to lift you up. Rotating now, coming to revolve triangle. Follow the left hand around to the left. Bring the right hand to the front. Fold again. Take your hand to the outside of your foot and reach up into the twist. Good. Release that top hand down, soften into the front knee, take your hands back to the mat, step the front leg back, push your weight back over your feet again, get the length to the lower calf, ride the weight forward up to the wrists again, elbow squeeze in, slowly soften to chaturanga, stop in chaturanga, we might go up, we might go down, and let's go down. Inhale to cobra, toes point. Exhale down into plank on your toenails. Roll over the toes into downward dog. Good. Your right leg lifting high and let it flow through underneath you. Take your foot down to the mat. Turn the back heel down to the mat. Hands onto the knee and bring yourself up to upright. Okay, hands onto the hips. Straighten into that front leg. Turn the hips to the left so they line up with the center of the mat. Let the front hip drop, the back hip lift. Hands up at shoulder height. Push out to that front hand and then fold. Bringing your hand to the inside of the shin, the inside of the ankle. Reaching to the floor if you can or wherever you are. Look up to the top hand. Draw the hips forward. Draw the shoulders back. We want all the movement to be sideways on into the body. Good. Push up to the top again. Lift the body, come up to upright. Turning to the right, bring that left hand round to the front. Fold again, take the left hand to the outside of your ankle and reach the right hand high this time. Good. Release from the bind, both hands back to the mat, up onto the back toes, front foot steps back. Lift the hips high, push to downward facing dog. Let the head hang low. Reach both heels towards the floor. Good. Soften your knees, walk the feet to the middle of the mat. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Take a bind, hand to each elbow, and gently sway the body from side to side. The next time your body comes over to the right hand side, hold it there. Twist deeply to the right. Pull your left shoulder towards your left ear, and then push the weight back to the left heel. Good, let go. Swing around through center, taking the body over to the left. Pull the right shoulder towards the right ear, and then lean the weight back onto the right heel. Good, soften. Come back round to center, release the arms. Let the chin drop to the chest. Let the arms hang freely. Find your belly button, lift from the position of the belly button, and slowly round your way up. Come up to stand tall. Good work. Okay, coming to balance. We're going to bind to the foot as we balance today. So taking the weight into your right leg, lift the left knee towards the chest, assist it up high, hold the bind. Active into your foot, toes are lifting towards the shin. Okay, soften the knee down to the height of the hip, release from your bind. Fold yourself forward and look to bind to your foot. Lift the foot so you press your knee against your shoulder. And then if you can, slowly look to straighten that leg forward, staying in the forward fold, holding the balance. Good. Soften into the knee. Take the bind back to the knee, lift the body tall again. Come up to stand tall. Active in the foot and release the toes. Release the foot to the floor, change straight over to the other side. Lifting the right knee, binding it high to the chest. Good, softening the knee to hip height, folding forward, looking for that bind underneath the foot. Lifting the foot, bringing the knee towards the chest. Holding, and then releasing that foot forward, straightening as best you can into that leg. Soften the knee, lift the bind, come to stand tall again, and release your foot to the mat. Good work, hands to the side. Inhale, turn the thumbs open. As we exhale, reach up tall. Keep both feet firmly planted on the ground. Look up to your hands. And gently move the hands back in that space that you can see. Working into an easy back bend. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, fold forward, let the arms open to the side, and come to hang into your forward fold. Finding the belly button, lifting, rounding your way up one more time. Come to stand tall. Inhale, turn the thumbs open. Exhale, bring the hands up above the head, palms to touch. Push up to your fingertips. Squeeze the biceps to the ears and reach to the fingertips so hard that you lift yourself up onto your toes. Good. Hold that height. Take a deep in-breath. And keeping the heels away from the mat. As you exhale, arms drop open. Fold again into the forward fold. Reaching just the fingertips to the mat, holding the balance there. Yeah, bring the fingertips to the floor, soften into the heels. Lift your toes. Lift the ball of the foot away from the mat so you're only on the heels. And then see if you can take your fingers away from the mat and find some balance on the heels. Alright, good work. Fingertips to the floor, feet to the floor. Soften in your knees, come down to sit. And then come down to lie into Shavasana. Open up the feet to the edges, to the outer edges of the mat. Lie back. Arms open comfortably to the side. Draw the big toes in. And then release. Let the little toes fall open to the floor. Soften into the knees. Soften into the whole body. Soften the shoulders, soften the arms. Just be aware of the body breathing. Just listen to the breath. Allow the body to breathe as it needs to. Take note of how freely and easily the body receives and returns the air. Take control of your exhale now. Slowing the exhale down. Keeping the awareness on the breath. Follow the next inhale right up to the top. Pause for a moment. As this breath goes, allow yourself to melt back onto the mat, releasing all body tension, knowing you're fully supported, giving all your weight to the earth. Check in with the next inhale. Breathe it to the top. Pause again. And on this exhale, letting all facial tension leave the body. Feel that softening of the forehead. Feel the release run from the center out to your temples as you let go of the creases between the eyes. Take the effort out of holding your eyes closed. Let go of the muscles on the sides of the nose and feel that release run down your cheeks into your jaw. Find your tongue soft and heavy in the bottom of the mouth. Soften the breath some more till you can hardly feel any movement in the body. And soften the breath some more so there's no sound connected to your breathing. Hold your awareness on your breath and allow yourself to relax completely. Let your awareness leave your breath. Take movement to your fingers, movement to your toes. Bring the feet together, bring the hands together, hook the thumbs around each other and release your hands overhead, palms facing upwards. Push the hands as far away from your feet as you can. And push your feet as far away from the hands as you can. Breathing deeply. Keep your right hand up there. Bring your left hand to your chest. Draw your knees up and roll to the right hand side. Take a moment here. Thanking yourself for taking the time to look after this body. Thanking your body for its amazing abilities. And taking a moment to set the intention to have a joy-filled day. Lifting slowly, bring yourself up to sit, hands together at heart center, eyes closed. Today, I'd like to invite you to be aware of your thinking. And if your thinking is not making you happy, then change what you're thinking. If I ask you to think of a red car, you can see that. If I ask you to think of a blue car, you can see that. We have the ability to change what we think and how we think. Closing with a chant of one Om. Deep inhale. Lower your chin to your chest. Open your eyes. Namaste. Excellent work, guys. Thanks very much. Hope we're all back tomorrow. See you there. Thanks.